Hello everybody and welcome to another video with Iron Gwyn. Yay! And today, welcome to another video. This is another Lego review. Put him there. This is my review of set number 76107. It is called Thanos Ultimate Battle. It is from the Marvel Superheroes Avengers Infinity War line, and was released in 2018 with 674 pieces, 3 minifigures and 1 big fig, and it retails for $69.99, or you can get it second hand used for £41. Okay, so this is the set. If I just move me, I'm going to quickly say this is a new setup. You probably already started guessing that. I'm not on the floor anymore, because this is normally all on the floor, this big box and stuff. But I've now got a much taller tripod, which is currently on the floor, and I've heightened it to the size of my desk. And that's where I am now. I am on my desk, using my regular setup on a larger tripod. So, let's get into the review. Well, let's start with the main part of the set, and the tripod's falling over. Oh, sorry, this is my first video with this tripod. I'm trying to get it to work for you. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, so I've brought it in further. Nah, let's move it back a bit. There we go. Okay, let's move all the other parts of this set to the side here. I want to not hold that. Wait, can I pin it down with my feet? Does that work? It's wobbling awfully badly that way. Yes, okay. So, this is the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. Yeah, this is not the Milano. This is their new ship, because the Milano blew up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Spoilers, yay. So, it has a cockpit here, which opens up like that, but it's hard to get the figures out there. So if you fold that down and lift up the whole thing, you can then pull out this little bike, which has spaces for the weapons and seats for 2 figures. And it has a ball joint there, and the ball joint presses into those 2 red clips at the back, which is a bit fiddly, but it works, and it's reasonably strong, but not too strong, and you can lower it down. If we look at the sides here, there are these pieces, which can be angled slightly. There are these massive wings, which can also be angled slightly, but these bits on the front can go up and down. It has purple stud shooters, which I just fired that towards me, and I've lost the stud. Oh, it's gone under my desk. I will collect that after the review. So if you can see my head in the shadow. Okay, so then if we get to the tips of the wings, they are adjustable. And the orange part and the grey part are separate. But I think it looks good flat. So, and the other wing is exactly the same. And if you turn that upside down, underneath the wings it has these, which spin, and these are like thruster thingies that keep the ship in the air. And that's what the main hull looks like from the bottom. Okay. There is a printed dish here, sticker there, sticker there, sticker here, sticker there, sticker there, sticker there, sticker there, and I think that's it. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of stickers. Okay, now if we come to the back, there are these thingies on the back of the wings which can be angled. You can see these from the back, which can spin still. Then these things, which can be rotated more flat if you want, but they look good at the back here. And these things, which can be lifted up or lifted down. We'll come to the use of them later. And then at the top here, there is a hatch so that you can get to the inside. Inside there's 2 seats, and actually, let's get more light in. You can fold that down. So there's 2 seats that you can seat Thor and Groot, or Rocket and Groot, which all come in another set that I've reviewed. You can watch that if you want to. And then a space there. And before I show you the other parts of this set, I am going to show you why I mentioned that Thor, Rocket and Groot set. Because, sorry, I'm trying to get my feet on the tripod again, because I need both my hands. Yeah, I'll find a way of like wedging it with books or something before the next video. There we go. So, if I get the little pod from that set, which as you can remember from the movie, came off the back of the Guardian's ship, there's this bit in the bottom, which I spoke about looking a bit ugly in that set. Well, there's a reason it's there. So if you lift these 2 up, you can then slot that in there. That bit goes in the top, and at the bottom, the connectors connect there. It's a little bit loose, but these 2 pieces connect with the studs, and then you can bring that down, and yeah, I think that looks really good in the back there. I think it suits being there. It completes the ship, it makes it look better at the back here. Now I am going to remove that, because to be able to show you the rest of the set, and all the play features and stuff, I'm going to need to be able to get to that back hatch there. So I'm going to remove this pod, but in my displays that I have, I keep it with the pod in. So if we push that to the side a bit, next thing I'm going to show you is this, which is a stand with a load of stickers. And it's a stand for the Infinity Gauntlet, which has the 1 reality stone, which is a stone that comes in this set, because each of the 6 sets, this Infinity War wave, come with a stone each. I own 5 of the sets, so I have 5 of the stones. And I will show you how those 5 stones look on this gauntlet when I get to the minifig review. So this is how it comes. There's 4 little stones in this little thing. You pop it out and you put it in the gauntlet. So that they can stop Thanos having all the power of the gauntlet, the Guardians can take the gauntlet in the back of the ship here. And there's a perfect space for it, and a plate with a stud on the top to hold the gauntlet in. And then the ship can fly away with the gauntlet, and Thanos can never get his hands on it. Yeah. So I'm going to move this ship out of the way. Please don't fall on the floor. Ah! Sorry, I just dropped you there. So yeah, I think that's all of the builds of this set. Let's now move on to the figures. I can get like, sorry, I'm trying to work out a way to, there we go. Yes, I have used my television remote as a blocker next to the tripod, which is now resting on my desk, to create a way of stopping it wiggling around everywhere, because with it being this tall, it's very unruly. So what I'm doing right now, which you can't see, which is why I'm talking, because I always talk when you can't see what I'm doing, is I am taking the gauntlet out of the back of the ship, which is done, and now I will show you the figures. So let's start with the Iron Man of this set. This set comes with a set of the blue power blasts, which you can see Iron Man uses all of them except for these 2 hand blasts. They create like these repulsor beams and the big wing thingies on his back, which all have stickers, and it's huge. And if you want to look at the figure, you can always just remove them. And Iron Man. This set means that Iron Man is the only figure in the entire Infinity War wave that comes in 2 sets. Unless you count the Outriders. But I count them as loads of different figures with identical printing because they're not the same person. Well, they might be, you never know. It might be the same Outrider in different scenes of the movie, but you have no way of knowing because they're all identical. Okay, so I have just wrangled that harness off of Iron Man. So this is what it looks like. It's the same piece as the Outriders there, the neck bracket, with these big thruster thingies on them, and it moves. So if I put that to the side, and I put Iron Man here, you can see him, there he is. He has a detailed torso and detailed legs, detailed belt. No arm or side leg printing, but he has a really detailed torso and back torso. The Iron Man helmet is just a basic one we come to expect, and if you lift that up, you get a surprise, because he has actually a heads-up display printing on him, or a HUD, printed on his face. On the back it has just a happy Iron Man, which is what that looks like with the helmet. So, now if I remove Iron Man and all of his bits, I'm actually going to quickly put his wing thing back on, because I have the Iron Man from the Sanctum Sanctorum on display without these big wing things. So in my display of the Infinity War sets, I want to have them as 2 different versions of Iron Man. So this one has the wing things, and that one does not. Now I'm going to put these repulsor beams back in his hand, and there we go. So, now I'm going to reach over again for the ship. I'm going to pull that little bike out again, because it has 2 figures on it, as you can remember from earlier. And let's start with Star-Lord, who is, the one and only guy that ruined everything. Like, literally everything was ruined by this guy. So, for some reason they didn't use the Jurassic World Chris Pratt head, because that would have been a much better fit. It looks much more like Chris Pratt, but oh well. It has a printed torso of his jacket, no printed legs, no side arm. He does have back torso though, that's a good thing. And he has the Star-Lord blasters that he comes with, which are specially designed for him. And if you remove this hairpiece, you can see an angry face. That's what that looks like with the hair. That's for when he's about to shoot bubbles. Yeah. So now if we move on to Gamora. And actually, now that I've removed Gamora from that bike, I'm going to quickly, before I show you Gamora, show you what the bike looks like once you've removed all the weapons and the figures. So here's the bike, the hover bike. It has a sword on it because Gamora only has 1 sword, that's like a spare. Speaking of Gamora, why is Gamora? So, it has a grey katana, a printed torso, printed legs, printed belt. No printed arm or leg. It would have been nicer to be dual molded with the brown and the black for the legs, but it's not. And if I remove this printed hairpiece with the pink on it, you can get you can get a better look. You can get a better look at the back torso and the angry face print, and that's what that looks like with the hairpiece. So, we've now looked at all the minifigures in this set. I'm sure you're greatly anticipating what comes next. Next is a figure that lots of people are not very happy with and think should have been much, much better. I don't mind it. I mean, it's weird because it should either be a figure of Thanos with his armor or a figure of Thanos without his armor. Currently it's Thanos without his armor, but he has his helmet and shoulders for some reason. So yeah, he has printing on the front, Printing on the helmet, on the shoulders, and on the face, but no printing on the back. He has plain purple arms and stuff like that, and he has a big, like, not sharp, over the top sword thing, which we never see in the movie, doesn't exist in the MCU, and there's no reason for it to be there. So, now you are zoomed in on his hand, I can show you the coolness of this. So, if you remember the Infinity Gauntlet from earlier, that I showed you, you would remember it only had the Reality Stone on it. And I said that I owned 5 of the 6 Infinity Stones. So if I rip Thanos' hand off here, I can then put the gauntlet on, and we can see that he also now has 5 of the stones. And the funny thing is, the last one I need is the Mind Stone. And in the movie, the last one he needed to pull from Vision's skull was the Mind Stone. So yeah, that's what Thanos looks like with his Infinity Gauntlet and all his magic powers and stuff. Yeah. So, now let's look at the instructions and the box of this set. So, if I move that big ship, we can see the instructions. They're quite big, they're a book, they're quite thick. That's the same picture. Actually, I'm not going to show you the box. I have it here, but I don't need to show you it because it's this same picture. Yeah, it's the same picture. And yeah, it's a very big box, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get it on here. On the back, it has Win with the Pirate. And if I open the back, then I'm just looking to see if there's... Okay, so it shows you how to connect the 2 sets there. There it shows you those 3 sets, which I own all of. And here it shows you which sets all the stones come in. I own all of those except for the yellow one. Here there is, for some reason, the Black Panther sets, which came out a long time before these. I got this one and I have reviewed it, but I don't have this one. And I'm never probably going to get it. Oh, and a Lego Life ad with Iron Man. Yeah. So yeah, that is it for this review. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your opinion of this set in the comment below. And yeah, I'll be recording more videos soon, and I will be finding out a way of getting this new tripod to work soon. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.